Africa living. We in Morocco. We are in Morocco. It is 3 a.m. in Morocco. I should not be on live right now, but I'm on live right now. I should be asleep. I got a flight to catch. If my wife knew I was doing this live, she would be mad at me. But you know what? I am so energetically vibrating high that I can't sleep, that I gotta let this information out right now. I just gotta express some things to you guys because it's someone that's on this live that needs to hear this information so they can move into their highest purpose, their highest alignment. And I'm just gonna speak from my lens of what I've been going through, and it's going to probably help you in your lens too. Some of y'all been also tapping into my story. That's why some of y'all laughing. That's why some of y'all laughing, because I'm unapologetic right now. I'm unapologetic right now, and I want to just speak about some things because it's going to help a lot of people who are on this live right now. 10 days ago, I went to New York. I was in New York. This was my first time in New York. And being in New York, man, that frequency in New York, if you ain't been in New York and you need some inspiration, if you are a person who is black and you are going through identity crisis or you lack confidence, go to New York. Why? Because that's a place that I seen in real life that if I could say what that energy is in the expression, it is this. They have a grit about them. They have a confidence about them. They have so much culture that they got Jamaica, they got Haitian, they got Moroccan, they got Dubai, they got all these things in New York. And nobody is feeling sorry for anybody in New York. If you want to get paid in full, B, you're going to get paid in full, B. You're going to get paid in full, B. You got people waking up at 2 a.m., 3 a.m.s, making food to create for their family. So if you are a person that is in lack, why? Because you don't have to be. They have a certain frequency of pride about themselves in New York. They have such an energy. I can see why Joey Badass is the way he is. I can see why A$AP Rocky is the way he is. I can see why Wu-Tang Clan is the way they is. I can see why Jadakiss is the way they are. I see it. And I feel like going to the East Coast, we can all activate this on any coast. It made me more confident in my being. It made me to see that like, yo, I'm walking down the street. I'm in downtown Manhattan. I'm seeing the clothes that they rocking. I even got a haircut. I got a haircut in New York. These people wasn't even black. And I was like, yo, y'all can do a fade? They looked at me so confident. Yeah, I got you. It's the confidence, which is the Godfidence, which is the authentic self of us all, that we need to stop playing with ourselves. I seen that in New York. I was only there for 2 days. And it did something to my spirit that I was creating a video that I started rapping off the dome like I was on my RZA. I was on my Method Man. I was on my Jizza. I was on my Biggie Smalls in real time. That New York helped me to see something deeper inside of me. Something that I felt like I was living in St. Louis, Missouri. I felt like I was so creative. But I didn't feel like I felt those different reflections because the creative energy that I was owning was the Akashic Records. But I didn't see nobody else, so I thought my creativity was something weird or something that was off. But being at that place, it showed me that I was so advanced in my being that now, with me having that revelation, now I'm finna take off. I'm finna take off. It is not because I want more followers. It's not because I want more money. It's because I just want people to be them real selves. And stop playing with themselves. Stop doubting themselves. Then from New York, went to France. And going out the country with the first time with my wife. And seeing just a different level of life. Of bonjour, madame. Bonjour, monsieur. When they even say bonjour, they're even happy of saying hello to you. You feel the vibration when they say bonjour. Well, we in America, what's up? What you mean what's up? What you mean what's up? You're not even happy that you can say what's up. It's people in America that's not happy with life. And I understand. I understand the capitalism. But you're allowing the capitalism to down you, then allowing the capitalism to elevate you, to expand you into a different level of your being. That when I was in France, the hospitality was even different. It was so different. My woman, she bought this lavender oil. She dropped it. They dropped it when they was cleaning, the housekeepers. They went to go buy her a new one. They didn't even know where we got it from. These people was speaking English to us, and that's not even their first language. We got people in America that don't even speak another language. So you see how it limits our mind. What if we had another language? What if we had pride of being in hospitality with the jobs that we have? When people come here, they feel a different love from us. We can have that in real life. Going to France and seeing the clothes that they had on, the cologne, oh my God, the cologne, the clothes, this dude dressed so well, he dressed so impeccable, it made me say, damn, shit, you need to have a wife, he looked that good, It's just a certain pride of love of themselves. Seeing all the African people in France speaking Nigerian, speaking French, speaking English. I can't tell you 10 people I know in America who are black that speak 2 languages. So I'm talking to the American people. What's holding you back? Why are you not happy? I had some people, I ain't gonna say no names, I had some people even say they was bored. You were bored about life? You're bored about, listen, I never been bored. You should not be bored. If you are bored, you're not living your best life. You're not living in your burning desire. You're not being pride in your being, your God conscious being. Why not? I had someone, when we went to a crystal shop, told my wife, didn't even know my wife at all. Said, oh, you come here for Mary Magdalene, Black Madonna? That's you. Tapped in on another level from just them being. They call my wife the Black Madonna. Why am I saying this to all y'all right now? Because if you live in America, I had to have a different plug-in just to charge my phone. In France. In Morocco, if I'm not on Wi-Fi, I can't really be on my phone. So the things we take for granted is people that will kill for it. We went on a tour with a man that started at 1:30 p.m. We didn't get done till 9. We paid the man $50 USD. The priceless places he took us was worth $500 USD. But you got people who are having minimum wage job and not even using those jobs and being prideful of those jobs, and you seizing opportunities with those jobs so they can create another job or create another opportunity because of ungratefulness. Gotta call it out. Ungratefulness. Ungratefulness. When I say these butlers, they wanted to tie my shoe. They wanted to tie my shoe, basically. They took the time to know my name, Adewale, whereas people here in America, what is your nickname? You don't even take pride that you even speak English. I had to really learn in being in these places that I had to really listen to their English. I had to really dial in to listen, like, oh, they speak a little bit different. I have to really listen. I have to really be present. So it even put a different level of listening, the pride of listening, because it was times I really didn't listen all the way deeply. So it made me be more prideful of listening to understand people. That I feel like sometimes people just, and I can just speak for me, but I feel like other people go through this of they listen to respond. But when a person don't speak English like you can't listen just to respond. You got to listen to really, really understand. So it makes you come into a different level of being. It really takes you to a different level of being, and also being here with my beautiful, divine, significant other. I want to speak to man. I want to speak to man right now. I want to speak to man right now. The man who are on this live right now. I want to speak to the man. If you are a man and your woman has brought you to a different level of expansion that you cannot fathom, you cannot understand, honor that. Don't be mad at that. Even when you feel like your woman is such at a different level of mastery, this could mean anything in any way, and it makes you reflect to yourself, oh man, am I really enough for her? Why she with me? Because she chose you. She chose you. She see you beyond your human you. She see your king in you. So own your king and surrender to your queen. Sometimes as man, we want to be self-made. Sometimes as man, we want to be the prize. Sometimes as men, we don't logically understand fully the intuition. But if your wife tell you to do it, do it. Your wife tell you, let me make your whole wardrobe when we go out, do it. If your woman tell you something and it really triggers you, listen with curiosity. I promise you, it's gonna help you. It will shift a different level of your relationship. Being here in Morocco, being here in France, being here in New York, I was able to do something that I have never done before. I was able to tell my wife, hey, babe, go get those things. Go get those things. Go get anything you want. As a man that been a person that I wasn't always financially stable to do that, and to be able to do that, and to see the reaction from my woman, this is why sacred unions are really important. This is why it's so important to be in love, even if you're not in your relationship with your significant other. Be in love with yourself. I had a revelation that I love myself, but I wasn't in love with myself. I want y'all to follow what I'm saying. I love myself, but I wasn't in love with myself. So it was parts of me that could not give things until I came out the country, because I seen the level of love of what they have for people. Me and my wife had a conversation with a woman from New York, been to France, been to Brazil, been to Switzerland. But it was just a way of life. They didn't care that we was black. Yeah, because I know I have a lot of black people on here too that feel like all this stuff with black and all. They did not care. They did not care. They didn't look at us like, oh, what these black. Now they do stare. They do stare. They do stare. But it wasn't a stare like, ooh, what these black people are doing here. It was a stare like, ooh, who is these? Who is this tall dude and who is this chocolate thunder? And that's what we need to be doing in America. We need that. People in France, they have pride of being French. People in Morocco, they have pride of being Moroccan. Why in America we don't have pride of being Americans? Oh, y'all want to say because of Christopher Columbus, because of Rockefellers, because of Rothschilds? I promise you, if you travel, you're going to have a little bit more compassion of whatever happened in America. That is a fact. Someone said America is Morocco. You know, Cahokia Mounds got a connection to Morocco. But that's a whole different story. We ain't even go down that rabbit hole today. Ooh. That'll be a whole different story. But the point I'm making today is, where in life where you're not living? Where in life that you're not being appreciative of the things you got for free? Where in life where you can lean in to your woman or lean into your man more? Because I promise you, the best thing we can all have in this world, in this life, is a significant other. Anybody that knows me before I really became a teacher online, I had a demeanor that I look angry. I had a demeanor that I look mad. I had a demeanor that I only talk to a certain groups of people. If I didn't feel like you was on greatness, if I felt like we was not vibration alive, I did not talk to you. I didn't want to talk to you. And my vibration showed you I didn't want to talk to you. But being with my woman, she has opened me up in a whole different level that I did not think was possible. Why am I expressing this? Because as men, we feel like we need to show that we are hard, because if we show that we are hard, we don't look corny. We don't look weak. And as man, you don't have to show that you hard. You don't have to show the world that you this big macho alpha male. You just need to show that you a gentleman. Because in this world, in Morocco, it's a lot of women that got clothes all the way up to their eyes. In Morocco, when we went to the airport, they was talking to me. They was not talking to my woman. They don't talk to women. The thing here is a little bit different. It's a little bit more deep. This is a more Islamic country. Anybody know the culture of Islamic is a very deep thing with suppression of the feminine. They don't allow them to show a lot. They don't even allow them to talk. So it showed me here in America where we are in these surface area trauma. It's not that deep. It's not that deep. Now, some people might say, well, you don't know. Listen, some way, somehow, I don't care if you in Africa, I don't care if you in France, I don't care if you in America, some way, somehow, everybody got some trauma. Get out the trauma and get into your dharma. Everybody want to keep talking about the trauma. And what you think you're doing? You keep creating more trauma and more chaos. And that is mad boring. Some of you guys, I want you guys to put in the chat. I want you guys to put down. We're gonna make this a dialogue tonight. No, we ain't pausing nothing tonight. If you could make okay, we good. If you could make a rap or you could journal, could you talk about your best life where you don't talk about trauma? I'm going to say it again. Let's say you was to do a freestyle. Let's say you was to do a rap. Let's say you was to do a journal. Could you talk and it not be about trauma? I'm liking the yes. I am liking the yes. I am liking the yes that I'm seeing. If you are in the yes, that tells me you are moving in your heaven on earth frequency. If you are saying no, that means you are still in the lower tier on earth. And you need to get out that victim consciousness. And this is not an attack. This is just truth. This is not to make you feel bad, because I've been there too. Why I can say this, I'm a person I'm in a container that I'm learning how to freestyle right now. I'm learning how to freestyle. I've been learning how to freestyle since the beginning of the year. But a lot of the times when I was rapping about the traumas, the things I was getting out of. I was talking about the narratives. But now with me doing it so long, my mentor like, nah, I want you to talk about this. And I realized I could not talk. I was like, oh shit. I really mastered the trauma in my life. I really mastered talking about the dark in my life. But what if I talk about the light in my life? I had to pause. My mind even started rewiring when I was doing the freestyle. I really had to pause. So it showed me how I was living in that chaos reality from the nervous system. That me coming here, coming to Morocco, coming to New York, coming to Nice, France, and seeing how on they beach they got rocks. Seeing at they beach, and when they go to like the little bar, they like ocean gaze. They ocean gaze. They ocean gaze. I come from a place, St. Louis, Missouri, we don't even got no ocean. So let's get back into what I was talking about, the trauma and the freestyling and the journaling. We need to start speaking life. We need to start creating what we want. and seeing what the trauma was trying to get us to see and help us to see the lessons what we need to see so we can move into a higher level of our story. When you listen to music, are you listening to music that is putting you down? Or when you look at the lyrics, I want y'all to look at the lyrics of the music that y'all favorite songs. What are they saying? Is it putting high vibration into you or putting low vibration to you? I had a revelation. When I was in middle school, one of my favorite songs was I Need Love by LL Cool J. These are the lyrics. When I'm alone in my room, since I stare at the walls, and in the back of my mind, I hear my conscience call, telling me I need a girl, the sweetest of drugs. For the first time in my life, I see I need love. There I was, giggling across the games, and I had so many hearts, and I ain't saying no names. I was saying I need love. So I was saying that I was lacking love. And I would listen to that song on my jukebox, because back at that time I had a jukebox phone. And that's the first time you could really listen to music. And I will listen to that song when I will be walking from home from football practice of I Need Love. So what was I singing? Boom, I lack love. Boom, boom, from source. I was lacking love because at that time I wasn't even connected to source. I didn't even know source. I forgot about source. So, this is something that I want you guys to see in your life. Are you still lacking love from source? Are you still lacking love from yourself? Start speaking life and giving yourself love. Start simple. Start looking yourself in the mirror. Start seeing what you like about yourself. What do you like about yourself? Don't talk about the things you don't like. What do you like about yourself? What do you like about yourself? Do you like your teeth? Do you like your nails? You like your toes? You like your hair? You like how you walk? And then consistently keep doing that. And then put some words of affirmation that you do to yourself. That's going to change the game. That's going to change the game. And it's going to put you into a new lane. It's going to put you into a new chapter. It's going to put you into a new level. And then this is when the things going to start to change drastically in your life. Because music, how we write, how we talk, this is the reality that we're creating. Who are the 5 people you hang out with all the time? That's going to tell you a lot. I want to speak about all these things today because I have a pride of being not only Nigerian, but I have a pride of being American. Because I know I live in a country that if I put the work in, I figure out the system, I can move above the system. Now, some people will say, well, they're only going to put a certain limit on you and all. I don't go into those narratives. I don't go into those narratives. You know why? Because I work with source. I work with source. I work with source. And the fact that I know I work with source because I attracted my wife at a time that does not make sense. I'm in a space where abundance is different, and I'm not talking about money. I'm talking about abundance in my vibration. The more I just lean into love with myself, I lean into serenity and love for my significant other, I lean in being a father to my son. It opened up more gates of abundance with money. It opened up more gates of opportunity with friends. It opened up more doors of, more discipline of the things that I used to do, how I used to flow, and you can do this too. Someone said, how do we know if we're truly connected with source? Ooh, this is a good one. This a good one. This a good one. You want to know if you're truly connected to source? You're going to see unexpected source things, unexpected synchronicity that happens in your life. I'll give you an example. I was not planning to come to Morocco on this trip. The plan was for me, my wife, after we was in France, go back to New York, go back to San Diego. Something told us we need to shift our ticket. My wife surprised me with one of my clients who came to see me, and my wife was telling me, I feel like we need to go to Morocco. I'm like, I feel momentum. We could see what's up. My client wife is from Morocco, and the place that we was going to go is Casablanca. She's from Casablanca. And then me and my wife talked about the place we were going to stay, called Four Seasons. She ended up telling us to stay at the same place. That's how we knew we're connected with the source frequency. And this is how you can know it's going to be synchronicities in your life. That's an undeniable what? This is source. An undeniable what? This is source. So this is how you're going to know when you are connected to source. Something's not going to logically make sense of what you need to do. But your body, your heart, your inner voice is going to tell you this is what you should do. That's how you know if you're truly connected with source. Someone said, I made hero stories English class and taught us how to create punctuation and sentences. I write my problems going on in the world and rewrite the sentence. I don't know what you're trying to imply with that, but I feel you're trying to imply that you know how to create sentences, you know how to create problems, you know how to create solutions to problems, to rewrite things, which is rewriting timelines. That's what I kind of feel from that, from what you're saying. But I really wanted to say to you guys that it's so much more that is coming into fruition for all of us. Some of us has been sad here on earth. Some of us has been mad here on earth. Some of us has been pissed off here on earth. Some of us has been going through whatever story, whatever narrative that's no longer serving you here on earth. I want you to cut that thread and rewrite the system, rewrite the timeline you want to be on. It is that easy. It is that easy. When I seen in New York, it is that easy. When I was in New York, I seen it is greatness in the air. And nothing is stopping you from greatness but you. But you. But you. If you're not in the timeline you want to be in, it's because of you. No one else. Is it racism here? Yes. Is it separation here? Yes. But you don't have to experience that reality. I can't remember the last time I really dealt with racism, if I'm being honest with you guys. I don't deal with that stuff. So if you're still dealing with that stuff, it's because you still have a 3/5 of a white man program. I'm no 3/5 of nobody. I help create planets. I help channel the Akashic records on different planets. So when you know that, where is this energy that I'm 3/5 of a white man? I'm not a slave. My ancestors are not slaves. People want to say, well, my ancestors, you do not understand the power of your voice and your tongue. My ancestors are not slaves. My ancestors were royalty. This is why I'm in Morocco on my balcony with the robe on. Some of you guys want to go back into the chaos so bad because your nervous system's so used to that. Why? Why? You don't want life with ease? Why not have a life with ease? We got people, Hawaii. You got it in their tongue. Their tongue, when they speak, yo, it's Palladian. It's galactic. Yes, people have things happen to Hawaiian people on their land? Yes. But what can we do? Create a different timeline. There's other people creating other timelines. What are you doing in your timeline? Some of you guys keep putting everything in ChatGPT. You put in everything you going on with your man, your woman. It's being your therapist. Do you know what ChatGPT is doing to you? And I'm not saying it ain't no pros of ChatGPT. I'm not saying that. But some of you not seeing that it's collecting data. It's collecting data about you. So for the people who think ChatGPT is more powerful than them, do you see how it's collecting data about you if you wasn't so powerful? Just a food for thought. Just a food for thought. Why, when I speak a certain language that's not English, it's not French, it's not Moroccan, it's not Nigerian, but when I speak why ChatGPT cannot translate that? Because we got people saying that the ChatGPT channel the Akashic records. Why can it not translate that? So that means you are technology, right? That means you have data that it cannot collect. It cannot comprehend. Because people in New York know that. That's why Alicia Keys and Jay-Z in New York, where they make dreams and people find out who they are made of. In New York. Why when A$AP Rocky, even me, I'm a man, it's something about A$AP Rocky when his energy is like, yo, I want to be around your aura. I want to be around your field. I just want to be in your energy. I want to be around your greatness. I can tell by your smile you loving life. I want to be around RZA. Because he knew before Wu-Tang Clan became Wu-Tang Clan that they was going to change the world. But then we got people because I had a video that went viral with the light language and people said gibberish. If you ain't never been to America, if you never been outside of America, people don't speak English. They speak different languages. So wouldn't that be gibberish? So you see how the finite mind keep us stuck. Gibberish. Do you know how to listen to your heart? What are you going to do if you're in a different place and they don't speak English? What you going to do? You going to say they speaking gibberish? So you see how that keeps us stuck in the mind. It's time for us to move into the heaven on earth timeline. It's not coming, it is here. It's here. And you have the ability with your mind, because your mind is a receiver. Your heart is your divine feminine essence. Your heart is your access to the quantum. You want to be quantum? So many people say their source. Tap into your heart. I went to what's the church called? I can't think of it. Oh my God, I just had a brain fart. But it's a church where Islamic people go to and they pray 5 times a day. The power I felt. The power I felt. Islamic, I'm going to say this because now the channel is coming through. Source channel is coming into fruition here and now. Islamic has suppressed the divine feminine. That you can only see her eyes. She can't embrace her full sexual essence, her full divine nature. The men speak. They tell the women to be quiet. The woman don't even come outside. She has to stay in the house. So she don't even get the sunlight. This is the spell we've been through. And this is not just in Africa. This is around all places. Islamic culture. I'm not saying it's not good things. It's Islamic. But this is some distorted things with the suppression of the divine feminine. And this is what we're shifting because the divine feminine is rising, right? Women have to speak. Women have to teach. Women have to know that they are source. They are the womb. They are the void. They are the Akashic being. The more we come into full understanding, full understanding, full overstanding, this is when things will be different. Women been feeling that without a man they cannot do nothing, but without the woman it would not be any existence. Dinosaurs don't even need a man to create life. Women could put you through a spell just from her voice. Women can unlock you just the sweetness of her voice. Matrix came from a woman, Sophia Stewart. She talked about how the matrix is the womb. It's the womb. So what is in that womb? And why this is not just in America. This is not just on this earthly planet. Why all these star systems are so obsessed? This might be a trigger word for some people. With pussy. Why are they so obsessed with vagina? Why is a vagina so significant? That was a question. I want you guys to put some things in the comments below. I want to see what you guys think, what you guys feel. Why is it such a power? Because there's something with it. And we need to talk about this today. And we need to do it with a vessel who is a man. When we honor the women, when we respect the women, the land will be different. When we honor the women, respect the land, the consciousness of this planet is different. When we take care of the women, we provide for the women, we protect the women, the energy here in all existence is different. It is different. I didn't say it was better, but it's different. I'm going to give you guys some different perspective with this. When you are a man and you speak to your woman nice, you speak life, you ground her energy, you calm her energy, you listen to her. When she needs to go into her rampage and you don't react, you transmute, you alchemize it and give it life. When you have financial things, that baby, I got that. I got this. Just relax. When you drive, when you pick up things around the house, when you keep things clean, when you clean things that she didn't tell you to clean, the womb space is different. And I think the women that is listening to that will agree to this. For the women that is here, if you agree, put I agree. If you don't, put I disagree. But when you move with this with a woman, when you move with this with your woman, when you move with this with land, because the land is feminine, putting trash on the ground, putting trash in the ocean, pissing, shitting, and you didn't even ask land permission. What you think that do to the feminine? When you don't give consent to women, what you think that do to the feminine? When you don't respect the feminine, you still mad at mommy, what you think that do to the feminine? When you rub her feet, when she didn't ask you, when you say, hey babe, I know you've been having a long day at work this week. I got you massage on Sunday. It's at 4:00. I'm going to take you there, or I can Uber you. What do you choose? You don't give her an option to say no. Initiate. That does something to the womb. It does something to the womb. It does something to their frequency. So what you think they're going to want to do? They're going to want to nurture things. The Akashic channel, their womb space is going to be different. They're going to start to tell, hey babe, you should do this. Hey babe, I want to work on your website. Babe, why are you doing that? Because I love you. So you just want to naturally give to me? Because that's their nature to do. Our nature as man is to conquer and to destroy. It's just what it is. But what calms the man? What activates the man? The wrong man. Look at the story of Hulk. Hulk, the person who kept getting angry and angry and angry and was destroy everything. But when he seen his woman, what did he do? Start to shape shift into his human. He start to become calmer. That's the key. You see? If you guys are resonating with this, say yes, Wza. Yes, Wza. If you are agreeing with this. It's time. It's time. When you travel to different places, you shift in timelines. When you travel to different places, you are time traveling in real time. You ain't just traveling. You're not international traveling. You're time traveling. I'm seeing different aspects of myself in different places. I ain't never been to New York. I felt like I lived in New York. I seen places that I know I ain't been, but I know I was in New York. I went to a place called Nice, France. I feel like I lived in Nice, France, and I ain't never been to France. It's a place that was a roundabout in Morocco, and I felt like I was there in Morocco. So what you think that's showing me? What you think that's telling me? That we're universal. We've been to places even beyond our human. So what do you think that means? That we are source of all that is. And when we remember and we bring that awareness into fruition, things start to hit different. Then you see the divine synchronicities. Then you see a different level of love and life. Who I am today, when I go back to San Diego, back to the 619, the San Diego, I'm not going to be the same. I will not be the same. I have a different level of love of life, love of myself, love of America, love with my wife, love for my son, love for my daughter, love for my mother, love for my father. Even while I was here, I even showed my mom a place where I was staying at. She said something to me that did something to my body. She said, I don't even feel like I'm your mother. That made me see that I'm becoming unrecognizable. She's seeing that I'm tapping into a whole different level of my being that she couldn't even fathom. And she's a woman, you see? And one of my trauma experiences where I felt like my mom didn't see me. Keyword, I think she didn't see me. But now things coming full circle. When I show her on FaceTime where I was living, it showed me she sees the power within me. She always knew. This is why when I was younger, she allowed me to play with those action figures. She allowed me to play and be in those dimensions in space and times when I was 3 years old, when I was accessing the Akashic records. And she didn't go tell any of the doctors, because those doctors probably would have thought I was crazy. And they probably would have start to do studies on me. She was always protecting me. So where's the trauma? Illusion, delusion, Pisces man. My mom's Pisces. This is a synchronicity when you tap into when you are source connected. Revelations. My dad is Nigerian. My dad is international man living in St. Louis. I'm in a place in Africa my dad have not even experienced. He's never been to Morocco. My dad never been to France. So what you think I'm doing to my lineage? Activating it. So you see, when you get out the mommy and the daddy trauma, you activate the mommy and the daddy. And you activate the lineage. That's why I say, what trauma? What slave? We ain't slaves. My dad, mother named me Adewale, means crown the king. What slavery? My mom told me to get a spiritual reading and she's Christian. What slavery? So y'all gotta stop saying that y'all came from fucking slaves. What slaves? That gotta make you mad. Some of y'all need to go watch Dragon Ball Z and look at Vegeta and look how he talk. I'm the prince of all Saiyan. Y'all need to have more pride of yourself. I'm not no slave. I've never been a slave and never will be a slave. That is not in my being. That is not in my being. That disgusts my being. I'm a king of kings. I don't need no one to tell me that. I'm not saying that to you guys, that you guys feel a certain way. I'm saying that because I know it. You think people in New York think about that? No, they not. This is why they got the RZA, they got Method Man, they got Jay-Z, they got P. Diddy, even though, you know, he been on some other things that I don't really agree with. They got Mozzie, they got Cameron, they got Jadakiss, they got Jennifer Lopez, they got Ja Rule, they got Nas, they got Fat Joe, they got The Tribe Called Quest, they got Lords of the Underground, they got Big L. You think they was talking about slavery? You think not? No, they're not. They're talking about kingship, and their life are reflecting that. You got Nicki, you got Cardi. I think about people like Mansa Musa. Mansa Musa was a person in history that created so much wealth that he gave other people wealth. That's what I'm on. That's the frequency I like. Pablo Escobar, even though he was doing, you know, drug cartel, he made so much money that he was giving people money. Were the people doing that here? We can do that here because we have that frequency. We are moving to a different human species. Y'all know I've been saying this a lot, but I got some more downloads of what it is. We're tapping into a homo luminous. I'll put it in the chat. I'm gonna put it in the chat for y'all so y'all hear this. We're moving into this. We're going to be able to access a whole different level of light frequency that we have never experienced as a human being. I'm going to say it again. We're going to access a whole different level of light energy that we have not ever happened as human beings. It is some of y'all in college. You are not going into those degrees. Sorry if I broke your dream. It is going to be galactic contact here. Sorry if this is too woo-woo for you. This is why we speak in different languages. Because we are preparing you. Christopher Columbus did not find America. Black, indigenous people were already here. This is original Egypt. That's the second Egypt that I'm in right now. Remember. Look up galactic star races. Understand what they are. Learn the above to the below, because above is coming down below. You don't got to believe me, but you cannot say someone did not tell you. Because when you leave this earthly plane, you're going to see a movie frame of the Akashic records, and it's going to show you, Adewale told you this. You did not listen. I am a messenger. I know who the fuck I am. I am Adewale, but I'm a messenger. Adewale, Matthew, gift of God. I know who I am. Life path 11. 11 equals middleman. Matthew, math. Scientific man. Ade, mother source. Wale, well-being. I know who I am. You need to know who you are. Why do you have your name? Why are you born on the time that you came? Why did you come here on March 17th, March 16th? Why did you come here as a Pisces? Why do you have a stellium? Why is your human design a reflector? The more you understand your blueprint, why is your hands like this? Why is your foot like this? When you understand why, I promise you, you will know who you are. Everything is a synchronicity. Someone said my birthday is March 16th because we tapping into the Akashic levels of being. This is what we tapping into. This is source energy. Yes, the foot is crazy because I want you guys to know if your second toe is bigger than your big toe, that means something. When your big toe is bigger than your other toes, that means something. When your three toes are all kind of like the same, like a hen, that means something. That means something. All of that means something. If you're 6'3", it means something. You're short, it means something. It means something. You got a gap. It means something. You got big ears. It means something. You got a big nose. It means something. What does it mean? We have to tap into critical thinking. Now, why is this happening to me? Why do I have a big nose? Why am I so short? Victim. My daddy wasn't... Blame. Your daddy wasn't supposed to be there. If your daddy wasn't there, he wasn't supposed to be there. If your mommy wasn't there, they wasn't supposed to be there. If they died earlier, they wasn't supposed to be there. This is how we tap into the homo luminous frequency. Because light energy does not lie. We have people say, "Oh my God, I love you and your wife energy." We went to a store, and this French black woman was looking at my wife. "Oh my God, I love your makeup. Oh my God, you're so beautiful. Oh my God, I just had to say it." Because energy doesn't lie. She wasn't just tapping into the beauty physically. She was tapping into the vibration of beauty. The vibration of beauty. Y'all ever seen a person who was ugly, but they were so beautiful? Because it's a frequency. If you look at things as vibrations, frequency, energy will tell you the secrets of everything. Of everything. Of everything. Some of you guys are being activated while we speak. Some of you guys are like, what's going on in my body? Because you guys are being activated. We're tapping into a different code. We're tapping into a different level of connection. A different level of source connection. The Morpheus code. Dream God, Morpheus, that's what this is. We're activating your Akashic architect, how you can bend realities. This is not just me talking. This is a transmission. This is a revelations. This is a activations. This is a Jimmy Neutron brain blast. Jimmy Neutron in real time. We activating the genius frequency. We activate the G. We activating the 7. We activating the spiritual completion. We breaking the illusions in real time. The Matrix. I remember the Matrix with the spoon, and it bent, and it showed you what's an illusion. Neo talking to the Oracle, the black woman, which is his mother, because everything came from the black woman. This is the original story. This is a fact. So yes, it has been a suppression of the black, but you can cut that story and remember the power of your black, even if you're not black. Because everybody comes from triple darkness. Let's say it again. Everybody comes from triple darkness. So get out the race that's keeping you stuck in the game. Yes, is it out there? You don't have to experience it, Smokey. Stop playing with your emotion. Get out that lower emotion and elevate up to a different energy moving. You see? It's 4:06 a.m. right now. Y'all think I came on this line to be not giving y'all some codes? Y'all think I came on this line not to give you some activations? My wife, she already peeked and like looked at you like, dude, what are you doing? Bringing these codes. See, this is why I love my wife. Because she looked, oh, he doing a transmission. He tapping in. That's how we move. That's how I don't have to motivate my woman to get online and do anything. She doesn't have to motivate me. I'm going to do this. I'm going to live and die for the truth. I'm going to live and die activating people on this planet. I don't care who tries to stop me. Do what they do, and I'm going to do what I got to do. This is the pride that I'm talking about. Some of you guys need to have the Vegeta pride. Even if you've never seen Dragon Ball Z, look up the story of Vegeta, Vega, Lyran. It's all synchronicities. Everything's a code. But stay tuned, because I'm going to have some series. I'm going to be decoding Dragon Ball Z. I'm going to be decoding movies. I'm going to be decoding everything. Talking about a lot of deep esoteric things so you guys can see. So you guys can remember your capabilities. We need to activate our code. We are all codex. We are all codex. We are all codex. Anybody that has a resistance to technology ain't going nowhere. But you need to understand that you are the original technology. You are the original OT. You're the original OG. So let's go and stop playing and let go of the ego. Stop allowing the ego to overrule your capabilities. It's not serving you. Stop allowing your ego to keep you in lack. Stop allowing your ego that when someone's talking to you in assertiveness, that's not triggering your daddy wound. They're trying to help you to elevate. And if they're telling you to do something, you need to do it. Not to be triggered. Your triggers are languages to help you to elevate. But if you allow that trigger to keep you stuck, you might lose a job. You might lose off on an opportunity. You might get broken up from your wife. You might be broken up from your husband. So stop allowing your triggers to overrule your abilities. Y'all don't think when I was in football, they didn't. You think they was always talking to me nice? They don't. They want you to perform and get with the program. Or they will find somebody that will. And they're a little bit more rude about it. But y'all don't understand how the world works, especially corporations. People who are doing high caliber things. High caliber people are ready to elevate. People who are wealthy, they are not worried about the poor. They are worried about how I can expand and close and separate the gap. That's what they're worried about. They're not worried about the poor. They don't think about the poor. But the poor think about the rich. Isn't that not a coincidence? So yes, this live is about African living. Because we're activating the motherland inside of you. We bring in the decode of the motherland, the meta, Instagram, the camera, the photography, the Akashic records, that everything is a clip in the story. Even if it's not on Instagram, but it's always a clip. It's always somebody watching and scribe writing in the story. But the more we integrate our Akashic being, the more we integrate our photogenic being, the more we integrate the mayat, the meta, neta, the love of nature, the nature beings, the melanated beings, the chlorophyll beings, we tap into a different frequency of the homo luminous being, the light beings. And if you cannot hold your light, you will burn. Boom! Trigger warning. I said it. If you cannot hold your light, you have a quantum potential to burn. You remember when they talked about the second coming of Christ consciousness? You know when they talked about the new black sun? You know when they talk about the end days? You know when they talk about the here and after world? That's what they talking about. So this is why I'm talking about the trauma. When you're tapping into a different level of light, you're going to go to another level. Then you're going to be tested of the things you just worked through. If you ain't fully worked through it, you're going to go back down. If you don't fully cut that thread, cut the sword of the trauma, you're going to be stuck in your human being. And you're not going to unlock your inner being. Your infinite being. Your Akashic being. This is what I need you guys to activate. Some of you guys are already activated. Some of you guys are like, listen, Wale. You listen, Wza. I'm tapped in. I'm tuned in, turned on, tap in. Well, let's go. I ain't waiting on nobody. I'm not waiting on nobody. I'm jumping. I'm quantum jumping. I'm not walking on eggshells or nobody trauma. I'm not feeling bad for no one because I'm not lowering my vibration to validate your lack. I'm not co-validating your brokenness. I'm not co-validating your lower vibration. I'm not. I'm going to talk to you in a way you need to be talked to so you can elevate your consciousness. Because that's what people did to me in my story. Matthew Wells, Coach Wells, the head coach at Utah State, he was a person who gave me the opportunity to come to Utah and to change my life and go to school for free on a scholarship. And I was able to be the first person in my lineage to do that and became the 0.1% of people to go to D1. When I didn't when I didn't make the first workout, what you think he thought of me? Did I make the right decision? What you think I had to do? Yes, the fuck you did. Not, well, I'm from St. Louis. I just worked at McDonald's. I don't know. I didn't have nobody to work it who helped me to go to D1. That is pity, soft bullshit. I come from Source. Source don't know. We ain't on that. It was a time my mom it was a time my mom slept on the floor, and I witnessed it. It was a time I had to sleep on the floor. I experienced that. It was a time where I lived in Las Vegas that I had to steal the chicken when I was working door to door because I didn't have money to eat. So you think when this man gave me an opportunity, I'm not going to elevate to that? You dang skippy I did. So you know what I did the next day? I started running the treadmill at my dorms that I was staying at. Because I had too much pride that my mom was sleeping on the floor. And I ain't going back to that. Some of y'all need to have that in y'all energy. My strength coach told somebody He told somebody, not gonna speak of his name, but he said, "You are a waste of a scholarship." He ain't never tell that to me. Never gonna hear it. He ain't gonna never say that to my mouth, because I have a certain pride of myself. I'm either gonna do it or I'm gonna die. Some of you gonna live or you're gonna die. You're either doing it or you're not. That's how I live. That's how you need to move. That's how we need to flow. Imagine of us all living like that. A pride of ourself, not ego, but pride of our being. You think we'll be scared of the government? No. You think we'll be scared of this world? No. The world will be scared of us. They already are. They already are. They're already getting all this data from the athletes at the NFL Combine, at the NBA Combine, getting all they're doing it already. They're hearing all your messages on ChatGPT. They're already listening to you on the Alexa. They're already listening to you on your Beats on Bluetooth. They're already doing it. They're already scared of you. But you are still scared of your greatness, that you don't ever unlock it. Why not? I'm speaking about my story so you help you to unlock your story. My mom ain't raised no bitch. So that's what always kept me going. I am Nigerian. My dad came here at 19, and he has done a lot of things that a lot of people ain't doing in his village, his lineage. I need to have a certain level of pride of myself. My brother went D1. My big brother went D1. My big brother played in the league. My little brother was a 4-star recruit. I have too much pride of myself. I'm destined for greatness. Some of you guys need to talk to yourself nice like that. I'm from St. Louis, Missouri. I'm from a place where Dick Gregory came from. I'm from a place where Nelly came from. I'm from a place where it has a place called Cahokia Mounds that has pyramids. I got a place that got the Mississippi River, which is the Nile River. I come from a place where it's the gateway of the West. The St. Louis Arch is a stargate. So you think I'm gonna play around? Think I'm gonna play around? No. Absolutely not. Because I see it's people that's hurting in the inside. I see it's people that has destiny of greatness in the inside. And it's my job, it is my role, it is my guidance from source to activate their being. So we can all walk as walking libraries. Everybody's a channeler. Everybody's a channeler. Some people channel through painting. Some people channel through writing. Some people channel through rapping. Some people channel through nature. Some people channel through surfing. You need to figure out what is your channel. Some people channel with being a mother. Some people channel through being a father. Some people channel with being a mechanic. What is your channel? Everybody channels. Some people channel through acting. Some people channel through creating food. How do you want to channel and serve earth? And bring in heaven on earth. The heavens is coming on earth. So we got to get people to the state of being of heaven on earth. Heaven, H-E-A-R-T. You get to the heavens through the heart. No heart, no heavens. no heavens. What is in your heart that's holding you back? 3, 2, 1, boom. Put it down in the chat. Right now. What is in your heart that's holding you back of accessing the heaven on earth? This is crazy. The first 3 things: fear, fear, fear. Somebody else said it. Fear, doubt, recent heartbreak, daddy issues, lack, fear. You see it's a common theme? Fear. Fear. False evidence appearing real. So let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. We're going to shift the timeline. Fear. So let's go into this thread, because it's multiple people that's in this thread of fear. We're going to speak from the perspective of Adewale. Adewale had a fear of being seen. Adewale had a fear of teaching people that he will fail. Adewale used to have a fear of doing lives. Adewale had a fear that a black woman would not love him. Adewale had a fear that the things that he done in the past will come up and people will judge him. But what did Adewale do? Still have the courage and walk through those fears. For the people who's been seeing my teaching for the last 2 years, y'all know I used to be nervous when I used to do lives. Y'all know I used to overthink things. Y'all know I used to have a voice that used to crack. Some of you guys seen the content I used to create when I first started and the content I'm creating now. I was in fear. But what did I do? I had the courage. I had the courage to move. I had the courage to keep going. The fear is not going to go away. You just need to keep moving, keep going, keep moving, keep going. I had a fear that I wasn't going to go D1, but I knew I was going to go D1. I went D1. I knew that I was going to change the world. I didn't know how, I didn't know when, but I knew I was going to change the world. And I'm doing it in real time. So, the fear that you guys are expressing, it is not an excuse to not keep moving. Move. Flow. Let's go. It's okay. I have your hand. Some of you guys are feeling my vibration with you. Let's go. It's time for us to move. Some of you guys have a fear of what your mommy and your daddy's going to see you in your power. They need to see it so that you activate they little girl, little boy. So then what it do to you? It activates you. Use your fear to keep going. Do not use your fear to stay crumbled and stay lost. You do not have to have it all figured out. Some of you guys feel like you gotta have it all figured out. No, you do not. No, you do not. I do not have it all figured out. I did not have it all figured out back then. I did not. I did not. I did not. I kept going, kept adapting, kept growing, kept going, kept growing, kept evolving, and this is where I'm at in Morocco. It will never be a right time. You need to keep moving, keep flowing, and keep going. Shik ak unik ik ando damane shik in ok on at shik in ok on at shik in ak on ik ek ok on at shik in ok on nia ak on ishak ak on ish at ian ok on ya ak on ik ak on. Yes, it's being released out your body. Ik ak on nia shik in ok on ik ak an o shik in ak ik on ik in ok on release ak on ik it's okay shik ik on ak on releasing these old versions of you. Ik ak on nish ik ok on yek on nia shia on nia ak on nia on ia ok on ik ak on ik shik an ok on shik ak shik ak on shik yes ok on shik an o shik ak on o shik an o shik in ak on ok on ik in. You're not going to fail. You just have to keep going. You only fail if you stop. You can't fail if you don't stop. So keep walking step by step by step by step. And everything is going to happen how it's supposed to happen. Talk to Source every day. Talk to yourself every day. Write every day. Sing every day. Write gratitudes every day. Be around things that inspire you, that sparks you, that activates you, that elevates you. Put you a vision board on your lock screen. Put it on your mirror. Put it in your room. Tell your woman, tell your man the dreams you want to do. Allow them to keep you accountable. The doubt is your human capabilities. You need to know. You need to know. If you doubt, tap into the energy of what you want to do. You need to consistently be very, very good at it. Repetition. The more you do something repetitively, you're going to feel the nervousness, the fear is going to be released. I've been accessing the Akashic record since I was 3 years old, so I know I have 10,000 hours of it. So I have no longer fear of when I need to read someone's records. None. Because I have put the time in, I put the energy in. If you have not put the time and the energy in, this is why you're probably scared. So once you unlock these things, you see these things, you're going to see a different level of connection, realignment, and reconnection come into fruition. Someone said, for me as speaking, I know I have to do public speaking. Toastmasters is very, very cheap too. Go to Toastmasters for 3 months. Toastmasters for 3 months. Find a local place to go to Toastmasters for 3 months. Thank me later. The hardest thing that people can do is public speak. So if you master public speaking, the better you communicate, the more revenue you will make. This is the live. This is the transmission that's going to keep you divine aligned. This is African living. This is African living. We in Mother Nature. We in the motherlands, activating the divine feminine nature of us all. We activating our homo luminous being, activating a different light frequency of us all. I'm glad you guys came on to the live today. It is 4:30 my time. I need to get ready so I can get back to San Diego, and I need to get there safe and sound. Love you guys. Hope you guys love the transmission, and I see you guys soon. Peace.